Guess who's back? Yes. Just when you thought it's over, they're no longer with us. We're back. How's that, Griner? Yes, we are back. And we have, as always,
Miss Cindy.
Yes, Cindy's
Or I guess
back.
Cindy. I'm not Miss Cindy. I'm
Yes,
Cindy.
you're back.
That's right.
And of course we have
Miss Maria.
Maria.
Miss Maria.
Yes.
Maria.
It's kind of hard because
It
working with
is.
kids, it's like Miss, Mr., Miss. Yes. So how have you been, Cindy? Happy birthday, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very, very much.
Yes.
I'm refreshed, and I'm back at the office doing a lot of minutia.
A lot of what?
Minutia.
A lot of minutia.
It's like tedious tasks that have to get done
Yes.
urgently.
Oh no. I like the word. I just don't know. I just don't like what it means.
Minutia. Minutia is all of the paperwork that you do.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to start using the word minutia when I'm
Adjust your
referring
mic real
to.
quick, Cindy.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to start
you.
using minutia regularly when I'm doing Leo's paperwork. All the minutia
yeah.
for Leo.
Minutia way.
Minutia way.
For you students that are listening, when your teachers give you some
Yes.
busy work, that's like often minutia.
Those of you that are going to college, you get a lot of that busy work.
Yeah,
And that's all it is busy work.
minutia.
Well, it's good to have everybody back.
Yes.
So if they want to listen to this little podcast, Maria, how do they do that?
All they have to do is Google search The Real Podcast of Dallas, and that will give you links to our Facebook page. That will give you links to YouTube.
Yes.
If you are able to access YouTube, Facebook, please go ahead and hit the follow button, and also don't forget the like. But what's cool about the Facebook account is that it will allow you to click on each separate episode, and you get the full length of the episode without having to click multiple times.
Right.
Yes.
And special thanks to Newsbreak.
Oh yeah, special
Newsbreak has
thanks to
been
Newsbreak.
promoting us. I don't know why.
Well, I want to know what Newsbreak is. I can't figure it out.
It's a internet news broadcast, and they'll broadcast local information, and they've decided to put us for some reason on their link. So I want to thank them.
If there's a political leaning, I don't want there to be.
It isn't. It's just
Okay.
they just report a bit on it, and very good. And they
Gotcha.
support the Real Podcast of Dallas. This is the Real
Thank
Podcast
you,
of
Newsbreak.
Dallas. Yes. And for those of you that are first-time listeners, pull up a chair, relax. So,
Did you introduce yourself?
yes, I am. I'm Leo Gutierrez. In English, it's Gutierrez. I have to do that in English.
I can say it in English.
Yes.
Gutierrez.
Gutierrez.
Yes.
People will change our names though. Like my name is Gallegos, Maria Gallegos, and a lot of people will call me Gallegos. It's not Gallegos, but I guess that's how you read it in
Gallegos.
English. It's Gallegos.
Yeah, they used to call me Gutierrez.
Gutierrez.
Or Gutierrez. Mr. Gutierrez. Goody.
Oh, my heck.
Yes. Yours is easy, Cindy, right?
Right.
Unless you're speaking Spanish and right doesn't, you'll be like, "Woo, woo, right, woo, right."
Right. Except for my last name is spelled wrong.
Yes.
It's W-R-I-G-H-T, but it should be R-I-G-H-T.
Right. Yes.
Because I'm right so often.
You're right all the time, Cindy.
Absolutely.
I will give you that.
Yes. You hear that, Jared?
100% of the time she's
You
right.
better listen, Jared. That's what you're doing wrong. You're not
He
listening to
knows.
Cindy.
That's why you're married.
He knows. You're like,
He needed a Mrs. Right.
yes. So it's nice to have everybody back.
It's nice to be back.
Yes, it's good to be back.
I mean, like, my mood it's getting better by the moment because the sun is coming out.
Yes.
Because I have that seasonal affect disorder where I just get really sad and depressed until the sun comes out.
And then emotional. I know.
Yes.
I was feeling emotional on my way over here because it was like raining, and I'm like, what is going on
It's
with
raining.
this weather?
Like that, Maria?
No, but I totally understand what Cindy's saying because
Yes.
even I feel like that. And lately it's been like on and off. Like the mood has been on and off because we've been having
been raining a lot,
rainy days.
yes.
Right.
Yes, and then we've had like sunny days in between. And it's like, okay,
Yes.
like my mood needs to just
Right.
like I need my weather to change and be
Yes.
sunny so I can be sunshine all day long.
Right.
Hence, sunshine reggae.
Sunshine reggae, yes.
Now, see, the sun's coming up because the podcast came up.
There you go.
And
That's what it is.
It brightens up the mood. Even in this office, it's brightened up the mood.
It has.
Yes.
So, we had a topic for today.
So I wanted to talk about success because
Yes.
I hear people say all the time that, you know, so-and-so passed away, they were a successful person, or, you know, are you successful? And everybody has this vision that success or being successful means that you're some affluent, which means rich,
Right.
executive. And you don't have to be that to be successful in life.
So, how do you measure success?
Well, success is really about accomplishing the goals that you set for yourself and attaining the things that you want in life, and always working towards attaining, always having something to work toward. Like Leo, do you feel successful because you got your master's degree?
I do. I do feel. I do feel successful. I feel very successful. Yes, I do feel successful. I feel like it's an accomplishment. I feel that because when you met me, I had 0, and now, I mean, to have done what I needed to do, and first of all, have a vision.
Right.
And then go through with it, and then finally complete it. Yes, it feels very. It puts you in a good spot.
Right.
Yes.
But you don't have to be, you know, academically oriented or even career focused to be
Right.
successful. Successful is very individual. So, you know, I would never want to be a CEO or a high-powered attorney or doctor. I'd like to have
Right.
the intellect to do that, but
But yes,
but
you're right.
I don't want the kids, and I hope that's not offensive to you teenagers if I call you kids, but I don't want you to lose sight of
Look, you
what
little
success
whippersnappers.
is. Right. Well, I don't want you to lose sight of what
Right.
it is to be successful. Maria, she's very disciplined, and she works out, I want to say daily. Is it daily?
Pretty much, yes, daily.
Okay. And that makes her feel
Right.
successful. But on those days where she doesn't go and then she binge eats or whatever, she doesn't feel that same,
Right.
you know, endorphin rush. Y'all know what endorphins are?
Yes.
That's what you're pursuing. That's the happy
Exactly.
juice that goes
Yes.
to your brain and motivates you and gets you excited.
Yes. Which a lot of kids are lacking, right, Maria?
A lot of them are lacking
Yeah,
that right now.
we were just zooming with a few kids, and even yesterday we got to visit with some kids, and there is a lack of motivation.
Yeah.
There's a lack of motivation, and I noticed it a while back. You know, like driver's license. You know, kids at a certain age are motivated to get their driver's license. You don't see that anymore, or their first car.
Right.
We don't see that anymore.
Right.
You know, they're not anxious to get a driver. Gotta get my driver's license. Gotta get my driver's license. In fact, some of them don't even want to drive. So
That's true. That's true. Very true. Because times are changing drastically, but
definitely.
the endorphins are important. That's the stuff. That's that. It is. It's that happy juice. It's that rush that you get when you get a good grade or when you
Right.
accomplish something.
Wait a
or-
second. You said a good grade? Really?
Yes.
Yes, of course.
And maybe for you, it's just passing.
Right.
I mean, I've taken tests before where it's pass fail. Give me the P. If I get the P,
Oh, I'll tell you. I'll tell you this. The last exam that I had to take, And then what they did was the professors, they got together and they made it to where you either know it or don't know it. So if
Right.
you fail it, you don't know it. You can't graduate.
Oh, wow.
And I took it here in your office.
Yes, he did.
Yes. So when I came in and I sat down and I turned it on,
You didn't know number one.
I was like, what did I study? What was I looking at? And I really thought, there's no way I passed this.
Yeah.
So I went home and my wife was like, how'd you do? And I was like, I don't know. I felt sick.
Wow.
And I was working on the weekend and she says, you passed. And I was like, what? She goes, I saw the email, you passed. I was like, passed what?
But that was the best way for her to tell you that, not to
Oh
say,
my
"Oh, I'm going to
gosh.
look now."
I still didn't believe it. I was waiting for. I said, okay, maybe they made a mistake. I'll keep waiting. And then I got my information that I graduated. But it was the stress of that.
Yes.
But yeah, and my endorphins talk about. But it took a while because I was still in doubt.
Well, because you're afraid.
Yeah.
You're afraid it was like false news,
Yeah,
or
just
they're
the
going
guy
to
said,
send
oh,
a,
sorry, we
a
made a mistake.
retraction.
Yeah. And she was telling me, no, they don't make mistakes on that. I said, oh, you don't know me. You don't know what happens to me.
But we're so trained to, if you're going to be a good citizen, a good student, a good person of good character, you're going to pass.
Right.
And so when I failed my vision exam at the Department of Motor Vehicle,
Yes.
I really, I took that personally. Like I had
failed
failed
you
it.
failed life.
Yes,
Yes.
I got an F because I couldn't see.
Your eyes have failed you. You're a failure. Yes.
And so anytime somebody says test, I went back to the eye doctor with my new glasses and we're going to give you a vision test. And it's like, test, anxiety.
Just the word test can create an anxiety, and you
Yes.
feel like you have all this pressure. Like, even if you have 20/20 vision, in that moment you think like, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to see any of those
Right.
letters or numbers.
Yes.
Yeah, and a lot of kids are going through that right now. They're about to take some tests.
Yes, and you get performance anxiety
Yes.
during those tests, and that's a hard thing. It's one of those stepping stones in life.
Yes. And we're talking about, here on the Real Podcast of Dallas, we're talking about success. And how do you measure success? So how do you measure it, Maria?
I'm not exactly sure how I measure it, but one thing that I can tell you.
But I measure it somehow with a ruler. I measure mine with a ruler.
See, I don't know. It's because you say measure and I'm thinking ruler, but but to me, I think just success, just being able to do all those things that you have to do on a daily basis and doing it with a smile and enjoy doing
With
it.
a smile.
Yes, because even if it's things that you really don't want to do or things that are
If
not.
it's minutia.
If it's minutia, because I get a lot of minutia sometimes that I have to do.
The word of the day, minutia.
MINUTIA. Minutia.
But just being able to do it, getting through the day with a smile, feeling accomplished for the day. To me, that's success.
Yes.
If I have if I have a schedule with things that I have to get done, getting them done for that day, that to me is success.
Yes,
Yes.
if you're a list keeper and you can check something off a list, it's just like, yes, woohoo. and to go to bed with that peace of mind that, hey, I've gotten that done. That's behind me now.
Exactly. And I try to, I think, I am a list person.
Oh, no.
Well, I have to with the minutia
Most women are.
Yeah, I know I've had many of those lists.
that I do for you.
You too? Yes.
But yeah, so I do try to tell my own kids, have a plan, have a list. But a lot of times it doesn't work for them. It doesn't
Right.
work for them the way it works for me. You just have to be able to know yourself and know what are the things that are going to keep you motivated to
Right.
getting them done.
You don't want to be completely aimless each
Right.
and every day.
Exactly.
But there is rewards to, accomplishing things, even your little